Granblue has been cooking. Let's talk about it. We got a lot to talk about. Well, actually, no, it's not really that much, but I'm gonna try to drag it out for as much as I can. You know, we gotta get this video. It's a long form video, so we gotta get at least like 15-20 minutes, you feel me? But what it do, everybody? It is EzeNeooo signing on for another video. And man, I've got to say that Granblue is cooking. But wait, before we get into that, yes, this is old footage. I'm not in A rank with 2B anymore. I hit S5, and then once I hit S5, I stopped. The reason I stopped is I want to try another character, which we'll get into later. But let's talk about what Granblue's been doing lately, man. It's really great. So, Relink announced an expansion pack at the Nintendo Direct, which I didn't watch because I was busy. But it announced an expansion pack called Endless Ragnarok. I believe that's the name. If I got the name wrong, correct me in the comment section. I'm sorry if I got it wrong, but I think that's the name, right? And it's going to be releasing on July 9th, 2026. So hopefully all goes well and I'll be able to get the game, get the expansion pack. I know it's going to release like as a full game on the Switch 2 and on the PlayStation and on PC. You can get the expansion pack for like maybe like $20 to $30. My fault, I'm talking fast. But yeah, so Granblue Fantasy Relink Endless Ragnarok gives us a couple new characters, most noticeably Eustace and Beatrix, who I will be playing as I'll be playing as both characters, but I'll definitely be playing as Beatrix. And we're gonna get into Beatrix later because I do want to talk to her in relation to Granblue Fantasy Versus Rising. But I'm really happy that this game is getting an expansion pack because the day before it was announced, my friends and I, we were talking about this game, that this game needed more content, that, you know, the game needed to come back, that it was such a fun game that we all got on together and just played. And I'm not gonna lie, summer of 2024, the game carried me. I should have uploaded content of Relink on the channel because I did one live stream of the beta and that was it. And I probably should have uploaded the story, live streamed the story, but I think I was going through my very many content slumps as I'm very inconsistent with this content stuff. And once again, I will continue to apologize for not uploading content the times that I should have, but I should have streamed this game. I should have streamed, not this game, but Relink. I should have streamed Relink, but I didn't. And it's going to have crossplay. And funny thing is, I thought the game always had crossplay. I thought the original Relink had crossplay, but then I remembered all my friends, we were just on PC. All of my internet friends, all of my real life friends, we were all on PC. So whenever we played, we just played on PC. And I think somewhere down the line, I just assumed that it was crossplay, but no, it isn't. So this version, Endless Ragnarok, will be crossplay, so we'll be able to play with all of our peers that have the games on other consoles. That is the W. That is great. I'm really glad Relink is back because we were just talking about it, and I don't believe in coincidences, so in my eyes, man, God works in mysterious ways, because that is crazy that it just came up a day after my friends and I were just talking about it. I don't believe in coincidences, man. So the man above is at work. he heard our cries for a new game. So blessed us with that. So July, we're there. I think there's an open beta too that happens in March. I just don't know what day, but it happens sometime in March. So I'm gonna find out. No, that's an open beta. It's gonna be a closed beta. It's gonna be a closed beta. Right, so I gotta figure out how to get into that, and I'll hopefully stream that or upload a video for you guys if you are interested in that. The Relink stream when I did the last beta did really well, so I imagine that, you know, there's some people on this channel that would like that. But let's move on. We've got to move on. I just want to talk about Relink really quick, man, 4 minutes. But Relink was cooking, but another thing happened with Granblue. And it was on February 6th. It's February 7th right now at the time of this recording. But on February 6th, it marked 6 years since the initial launch of the original Granblue Fantasy Versus. And I just want to give my shouts out to the Granblue franchise for the original game that got me into the Granblue franchise. For those of you who don't know, I played the original game. I played it, but I bought it maybe like 4 or 5 months before Rising was announced. So I played the original for a little bit. I was a Vera main, because of her install. Like, her install was just so crazy, and I really liked it. But I was a Vera main for those 5 months that I was on the game until Rising was announced. I remember when Rising was announced, I was like, man, you know what? I probably shouldn't even have bought this game. But it was finally on sale, right? Because ever since the game got announced in 2020, I wasn't really paying attention to it too much because I was on Dragon Ball FighterZ and BB Tag. But once, you know, I kind of fizzled out of those games, I always wanted to play Granblue, right? I always wanted to play the original Granblue. The thing is, I wasn't going to buy that game at full price. And it was never on sale. And me and one of my friends were like, yeah, you know, we want to get this game, but it's got to be on sale, right? So shout out to the original Granblue Fantasy Versus for getting me into the franchise, getting me into the anime, the characters and stuff like that. I didn't imagine that I would like this fighting game series and just this series in general as much as I did. But, you know, it is a very good franchise, and there's a tweet by this one guy that I retweeted on Twitter. His name is Zero Syndicate. I'm gonna read it out loud for you. I'll probably post it on the screen, but he said, I had no idea what Granblue was, who these characters were, and where it came from, but the idea of this fighting game adding a mix of strong grounded neutral with the dodge mechanic and a 2D fighter had me hooked since day one. I'm so thankful for this game, and I couldn't agree more. I'm very thankful for this game. I wasn't hooked on day one because all my attention was on Dragon Ball FighterZ and other fighting games, but I did see some of my friends play the game, and it looked interesting. I just didn't pay attention to it too much because I was on the high that Dragon Ball FighterZ had from like 2018 to 2020, right? That 2-year high, especially during like Season 2, which was like my favorite time to play Dragon Ball FighterZ. But I'm very thankful for this game. I didn't think I'd get hooked onto this fighting game the way that I did, and it's been an amazing ride, man. They've been cooking, man, and this game, Rising, is going to continue to get support, and hopefully some of the characters that I predicted get into the game. Seofon is for sure getting in the game. His model's already in the game. I've been playing the story mode. I've been playing the story mode a bit more, and I realized that like a lot of the characters that were revealed as DLC have shown themselves in the story. And I would have known that. I would have known that because I think it was similar for Melty Blood type Lumina. And I would have known that if I just played the story. But I didn't play the story. I was just doing online matches, trying to find the main. And then I had my little fighting game slump where I wasn't really playing or recording fighting games on this channel. Well, I think fighting games were still uploaded, but they were like old footage. But I wasn't like actively playing fighting games. And I think the reason that at that time I wasn't really playing fighting games is because I recorded a bunch of Under Night 2 content. Then I lost my Under Night 2 and Granblue. I uploaded a bunch of Under Night 2 and Granblue content. I lost my hard drive that it was on. Like, everything got wiped. And it was so many videos to the point where it's like, bro, I don't even want to play these games anymore. So I think that's kind of like where the fighting game slump came in, and I just stopped playing fighting games for a bit and focused on other stuff such as the Sonic Frontiers content. But let me not get too off topic. So yeah, a lot of the characters that I'm noticing from where I'm at in the story mode, I'm on the second part of the story mode where Gran and Jita meet each other up. Like, their worlds are, there's a dimensional rift and their worlds are like combined. So that's why they were able to meet each other even though they're technically the same person. Right? So I've noticed while playing that a lot of the DLC characters that were revealed for the game, like, you know, Season 1, Season 2, and hopefully into Season 3, right? Or let's just say Season 1, Season 2, because I haven't beat the story and we don't know anything about Season 3 yet, right? A lot of those characters, Ilsa, Beatrix, Lucilius, they've all been shown in the story already. And Seofon has a model, so I don't know if the other characters are going to be shown, but man, if I wanted to know who was going to be a DLC character in the game, I might as well have just played the story mode. Now, like, when I'm playing the story mode, I kind of wanted to redo that video, but, you know, I haven't finished it yet. But I'm kind of like, yeah, you know, some of those characters that I named, no chance, because if they didn't appear in the story mode, I think it's even less likely. Because Ilsa was in the story mode, she was talking to Beatrix and Eustace to take out Gran and Jita. So, and then Beatrix was in the game. I've already said Seofon's model was there. So yeah, I can't wait to see what other characters are in the story mode. The story mode for these fighting games probably does give you an idea of who's going to come in as DLC or not. I just never paid attention to the story mode, and that's my bad. But let's change the topic real quick. I said I wanted to talk about how I got 2B to like S. And I could get her higher, for sure. I'm definitely confident in my ability to do that. I have to learn a 2B anti-air combo, though. I don't know a single one, to be honest with you. But I'll probably like hop in the lab and practice anti-air combos, because that's the one thing I have not practiced in this game. And 2B's her anti-air, which is her 2H, the down heavy, that one is really, really good. Right? That's really good, but I just don't know any anti-air combos. And I gotta figure them out for all the other characters that I will play as in the future. Great. And I kind of stopped. Yeah, once I hit S rank with 2B, I stopped, and I was like, you know what? I wanna play as another character. So if there's another character that you want me to play as, that you specifically want me to play as, just let me know in the comments, and I can make a video playing as them, or just play as them and then tell you my thoughts. But I'll most likely just make a video playing as them and find the topic to talk about as I'm playing as the character for you all to see. But I'm thinking Beatrix, because I only played as her once in that video with my friend, my boy Jet. Shout out to him. Make sure to check out his channel. But it was titled like Beatrix is a Monster or something like that. And that was the only time I played as Beatrix, and she's pretty fun, so I want to play as her. The other character that I want to play as is EzeNeooo, because EzeNeooo is a rushdown monster, and that's a whole conversation on a video when I play as EzeNeooo, if I decide to make that video. Right? But yeah, I wanna try some other characters. I have some footage of some other characters that I'll upload. I'm not gonna say who, but I just have to come up with a topic to talk about for the video, and then like I'll make the video, or like I'll edit the video, because the video is pretty, like, the video is recorded. I just need to get my audio part in the topic to talk about and things of that nature. If you're feeling what I'm saying, you're following what I'm saying, following along. But yeah, so I'm gonna play as some other characters, because as soon as I got 2B to S, I was like, yeah, I wanna play some other characters. I kind of don't want to play as 2B forever. Now, will I go back to 2B? Of course I'll go back to 2B, but I want to enjoy playing other characters and making content on other characters. I don't know, for me, especially recently, it's been very hard for me to stick to a main. And it really started when I played Melty Blood type Lumina back in 2021. It was regular arc, then I went to red arc, then I went to Alco, then I went back to red arc, then I learned Shiki, then I wanted to learn Mario. I played as Mario for a very little bit, but this is not a Melty video, but just to say, I've been struggling with a main, right? When this game first came out, I was like, I don't want to play as Vera because I already played as her in the first game. It's time to play as somebody new. So then I played as Jita, but then once they took away her wall bounce, I left Jita, and then I went to Catalina. I went to Catalina for a little bit, and then 2B came out, and since 2B was the newest character, and I wanted to get a video out on 2B as soon as possible, which is still up on the channel, by the way, and I had more 2B fights, I had more 2B content, but all of that content got wiped from my hard drive. But I played as 2B. Then I stopped playing the game for a very long time. Now I'm back to playing as 2B, but I want to get better at the game. I want to learn as many characters as I possibly can. I think I'm pretty good with 2B right now. Could be better. I'll always go back and revisit 2B. I just don't know if she'll be like my main. It's probably going to be somebody else. I had like a whole bunch of like casual matches with like some other characters too, like with regular Gran, not EX Gran, on that hard drive, but it's gone, you know. There's no point in talking about that. All that footage is gone. It'll never come back. But yeah, just to talk about finding a main in Granblue, that's kind of like where I'm at right now. It's just stick to 2B or find somebody else, and right now it's find somebody else, and I've narrowed it down to 2 people, which is Beatrix and EX Gran. But yeah, there's really not much else for me to say or for me to talk about. I think I've dragged on what I really wanted to talk about for as much as I can. I dragged it on for as much as I can, so I'm probably going to like sign off, and you all can enjoy the rest of the fights without commentary. But oh, one more thing. Expect more commentary videos from here on out. Now, I might spend the rest of the video talking about this, but I do want to talk more. I kind of want to get my thoughts, my takes out there, and my personality out there for you guys, so you guys like me for my personality, as well as me being good at these games. But I mean, I guess you're not gonna really see too much of my personality through video games, but you know, I'll give as much as I can, but I really want to get my takes out there and have you guys like me for me, and not just like me for the games that I play, which is kind of the problem that I ran into when doing non-commentary videos. Non-commentary videos will still be there. It's just it's gonna probably be like a more even blend with the commentary videos also. I think for a while now, for probably like a month now, it's just been nothing but commentary videos. So I hope you guys enjoyed more of these commentary videos where it's me just talking, yapping, and getting my thoughts out there, my real quick thoughts out there for you guys to talk to me about in the comment sections and things like that. I one take all my commentary videos, so I never have a script. Everything is one take. You could kind of tell with all the times that I'm pausing, I'm doing the ums and all this other stuff, but I feel like that's gonna help me be a better speaker, even though I'm not a bad speaker. Honestly, I'm not a bad speaker. It's just sometimes I don't feel like talking and making these commentary videos, but you know, I gotta force myself to do it and, you know, just put my thoughts out there. But yeah, man, shout out Granblue, man. Shout out to the Granblue franchise. Shout out to Zero Syndicate for that tweet that we were talking about, you know, the enjoy that we had playing Granblue, playing this fighting game, and learning about the characters, because really, like, the fighting game I always knew was going to be fun, but I didn't think I'd be, like, this into the character. And I was even considering, like, playing the gacha for a little bit, but nah, I'll probably just, like, watch YouTube videos on it or something like that. I don't feel like playing another gacha game. Plus, I don't think the gameplay of most gacha games is good enough to keep me engaged. Like, I'm already getting really bored of Genshin. I hopped off of P5X because I'm not playing multiple gachas at once, but I might try P5X again. But I don't know, a lot of the gachas that I've played just don't have the gameplay to keep me engaged like that. But that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you all for hearing me yap and stuff like that. It's EzeNeooo signing off. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, enjoy the rest of the fights, and remember to always be a positive person. The internet has become a very negative space. Well, it's always been a negative space, and we need more positivity on the internet and in real life. So treat others the way that you want to be treated, right? If you are a Christian, right? If you believe in God, which is like something that I do, I believe in God, and you have to treat others the way you want to be treated. They're God's creation just like you, so treat them the way that you want to be treated. Just spread some more kindness and positivity on the internet. I just kind of always want to leave that message before I sign off. Be a better person. If there's not a lot of good people in the world, be the first and start the trend. Alright, it's EzeNeooo. I'm signing off. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all next video.
Operator 60 to 2B. It is time for your regularly scheduled contact.
This is 2B. Nothing to report. We're here to fight. That's all.
Engage! Running light! Got it. My divine. Excellent. One. Fight. Great. Great. One. No. Excellent. Down. Battle 2. Engage. Think fast. My divine grace. Is that it?
Cover me. Hurry.
Show respect. Great. Block this. Forsaken! Break yourself, no turning back!
This is battle.
Block this! It's over! Forsaken! Excellent! It's over! Block this! Forsaken! Break yourself! Time to end this! Down! This isn't over. Battle 3. Engage! Guide me!
Cover me.
Excellent! There, you're mine! Excellent! Great! Great! Finish! How could this happen?
Operator 60 to 2B. It is time for your regularly scheduled contact.
This is 2B. Nothing to report. We're here to fight. That's all.